Hi, everyone. It's Tamara here, and I apologize. No, I don't apologize. I have been MIA for a while. I've had a lot of life things going on, but I am working on getting back to you guys and back to YouTube. So here is my first video after a long MIA hiatus. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my favorite semi-passive revenue streams that you can create and implement into your life as a dancer and dance teacher. Because so often we're taught in this industry how to train, how to rehearse and perform and audition, but very rarely, if not ever, are we taught how to treat ourselves like a business and how to structure our lives and our career paths up for success and longevity. There are so many different ways that you can earn an income other than you physically being in a place working for an hourly rate. So today we're going to talk about those few different revenue streams. I get really passionate about this topic. There are so many specific things that you can dive into and do. But today we're just going to touch the surface. And if there is a lot of interest in this area, then I am happy to dive deeper into the hows, into the wheres, and who, what, where, when, why for each of these topics. But for now, let's jump into those top 10 semi-passive revenue streams for you as a dancer, dance teacher, or any performing artist, really. First thing is online classes. It's the easiest to get started. There are so many different platforms that you can use, but guess what? You already have so much knowledge and experience through your life. You have, whether it's ballet, contemporary, jazz, whatever genre is your specialty, you have a ton of knowledge in here that people will happily pay for. So you're already teaching. Bring a camera along. Get consent from all of your students. Film your class content, and guess what? Post it online. You can use Shopify, you can use Teachable, you can use Udemy. There are so many platforms. That's your job to go ahead and research and which one works best for you. But online classes, easiest way to get started. Film it, post it, sell it, market it to the world. My golden tip for online classes is to ask your current students which class they enjoy the most, or what would they like to learn more of? Are there questions that you're already receiving? Miss Tamara, how can I work on my splits? All right, let's create a split stretching video to help improve splits for beginner dancers. So look at your surroundings, ask your friends, ask your students, what would they like more of? And then start with that starting point. Number 2, digital products. This can be really powerful because you create it once and you can sell it again for years. Examples of digital products would be something downloadable. It could be a competition journal for reflection on their events and how they did. It can be a goal-setting journal. It can be an audition template or an audition course. It can be how to stretch. There are so many different things that you can do. How to do hair and makeup for performances. So do a little market research, see what's out there, and create that PDF, and boom, upload it and sell that digital product. Why this benefits you is there's no inventory, there's no shipping, and it's sellable without you actually needing to be in the studio. Your golden tip for digital content or digital products would be keep it simple. Just focus on one thing and really dive in on that one thing for this product. You don't want to scatter too many things or too much information into one product. Number 3, affiliate marketing. I use this one as well. Right now we're using Amazon, but this also just helps bring in a nice little extra boost. When you're doing affiliate marketing, only recommend the products that you are using and you personally love. You don't want to break people's trust by saying, hey, this product is amazing, this is what we use, and then they get it and it's terrible. This can be any kind of dance product from shoes, hair, makeup, leotards, tights, dance bags, equipment, foot stretchers, TheraBands, things like that. Why it benefits you is you earn commissions off of those links when you're not in the studio. Your golden tip for affiliate links is to only recommend the products that you currently use and you actually trust, because when you're telling your fans or your following about what you're using and about that product, your trust is going to earn income. Number 4 is branding deals, which kind of falls into Amazon Associates, but it is a separate entity or a separate revenue stream. So you want to approach different businesses that are in our industry or field of interest and approach them with a deal saying, like, hey, if you're interested, here's my following, here are my interactions. Make sure you have data to support your offering and creating this deal. But you can have somebody pay thousands of dollars for you to post about their product, using it, create something really fun and inspirational through dance. This can be for dancewear, activewear, health and food, nutrition products, lots of different options. The easy way to start is to post consistent quality content. Your golden tip is actually smaller micro influencers have a higher interaction rate than a lot of the bigger brands and bigger influencers. So you actually have a higher advantage there that some dancers and some people don't actually realize. Even something as small as 5,000 followers can actually monetize their social media. Number 5 of your semi-passive revenue income stream would be books and resources. So many dancers have stories and history and knowledge to share, and they don't think to, hey, I can write a book. And now with AI, it is easier than ever to take what you know and implement it and put it into a book that you can sell. And nowadays, nobody uses business cards. If you have written a book, that is the new business card. So, hey, nice to meet you at the next event. Like, here's my book, here's a free copy. Here's what I have to offer the world, and we should connect. So, writing books and resources. You can write children's dance books, you can write dance education books, you can write your lesson plans, you can write fiction about dance. Why it benefits you is because, again, there are no such thing as business cards anymore. A book builds authority. And your golden tip is your first book. It doesn't have to be this massive, elaborate, beautiful thing. It can be really short, simple, and to the point. The point is, you just have to start. Number 6 is personal branding, and this might actually be the most important category. People buy and want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Your personal brand is, yes, it's the look and the colors and all the things and all the feels, but I like to always teach that a brand is how you make other people feel. It's not the aesthetic. But are you a teacher? Are you a leader? Are you a motivator? Creating yourself as a brand opens so many doors of opportunity for your future. So the easy way to get started is to choose how you want to be known. Do you want to be known as a content creator, a dance teacher, a performer? Fill in the blank, but pick 3 things. And your golden tip is consistency beats perfection. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be content. It has to be true, and it has to be consistent. So for example, like me, I don't have all the hair and makeup done. I don't have the perfect filming setup right now. But you know what? Life is crazy, and I'm still here making this video because I hope that it helps you. I'm not trying to look like a rock star. Number 7 would be YouTube. This is one of my personal favorites. This was the very first extra revenue stream that I created. It was my YouTube channel. On YouTube, you can earn income through ads and also through affiliate links, through both. It's pretty amazing. So we generate a lot of website traffic, and then we filter it to our YouTube. So a lot of people, when they search Chase Dance Company, Tamara Chase, or things that are happening, our YouTube and our personal website come up, and anybody who clicks on the YouTube watches all the videos. We have so many different links that's going to circle you back to our website so that you can look at those curriculums and online products and all of the options that we have available. And I'm still building it. It takes years, especially if you are a very busy person and maybe you don't have all of the team that you need. So it's something that I'm always working on, but YouTube is the way to go. You're supposed to post one helpful video about once a week. Even that is a little ambitious for me. Me not touching my YouTube for a long time, I'm still bringing in a few $100s a month. It's one of the best decisions that I set up 10 years ago. It does take time, so don't feel defeated if it's not taking off for a couple of years. It's going to take some time to build. So keep that in the back of your mind as you are building your business, revenue, dance teaching, dance performing empire. Your golden tip for YouTube is searchable YouTube titles win the game. So whatever it is that your video is about, 1, make sure you say it in your intro, and 2, make sure it is written in your title. Number 8 is blogging. Blogging still works beautifully. It is a little outdated, but it is still a revenue generator. Examples could be how to find the best ballet shoes, when to know if you are ready for pointe, how to start a dance studio. All of the things that people would be searching should be a blog post on your website. Because again, if I can draw traffic from the World Wide Web to our dance studio website, they're going to see, oh, hey, there's a shop, there's some online products, there's some videos here. They're going to find other golden nuggets on our website. So blogging still really helps to pull that traffic to where you can then monetize something even more. You can place ads on your blogs. I personally don't like to do that, but you can earn extra income from doing that. Your golden tip for blogging is to post things that people ask you. So I get a lot of questions. What's the dress code? Well, I'm going to make it a blog post. Why can't we watch dance classes? Let's make a note. We're going to write a blog post. It's also easy as a studio owner to just send that blog post out whenever we get those questions. So think about parts and areas of your expertise and those questions that you come across. It will make for a really great blog post because people are asking and people are searching for those answers. Number 9 would be subscription content. This would be a monthly subscription that you could have a really healthy recurring revenue. Examples could be weekly combos, lesson plans, maybe secret VIP choreography, a lot of different ways that you can structure this one. And why it would benefit you is because it would be predictable subscription income. You know what's coming in. With all of the other ones, it could be up one month and it could be down the next. Whereas if you do have some kind of subscription policy, it's easy to know, hey, at least this baseline is coming in every month on top of my performer and my teacher income. Number 10 would be mentorship programs. Now, this can be a really high ticket item that happens every month or every quarter because people pay for guidance and they pay for shortcuts. If you can help them shorten their path to success because of what you've experienced or what you know, people will pay for that. Maybe they're new teachers. Maybe they're up and coming dancers who haven't learned the industry or how to tackle certain challenges. It could be geared towards studio owners. And guess what? Even dance parents. That could be an untapped market right there. And why it benefits you is because it is a high income ticket with not a lot of time and input. And it's the best way to make a high impact and really help somebody's life. The easiest way to start is to start with one client. Do a trial run, say, hey, I'm looking to launch this program. It's in beta testing. I'd love to use you as my beta and test this out and see how it works. And then go from there. You have one client. Say, hey, I'm going to coach you for a year. We're going to meet this many times in a year, 10 times, 12 times. I'm going to offer a freebie. And then from when that contract or that expectation runs out, then you're going to say, I do want to turn this into a business. I am going to start charging at this rate. Start the rate low, start with 1, 2, 3 clients. That's it. And then grow and scale from there. But use that to kind of figure out the logistics and what works and what doesn't work. People don't just buy information, they buy confidence. They want to know, hey, she's got my back. She's got me. She knows what she's doing and she's here to help me. Number 11 is the best one. It is a very important one, and it's something that often gets overlooked because we are uneducated in this area, unfortunately. But it would be investment and having an investment strategy. Making money is step 1. So really focusing on how do I increase my income? And then step 2 is creating that investment strategy. How do I grow? Now I have my income, and now how do I grow it? We can dive into this in another video. There are so many different options. And I know finance is an area, a topic that is kind of brushed under the rug with artists. And I would really like to open that up and be able to help as many people as I can with my experiences and what I do know. But I think diving into that alley is going to be a whole separate video on its own. But yes, plan for investing, plan for saving, and plan for your future. So here's the big truth. If you are still only earning an income and earning a wage or money when you are physically in the studio, you are still trading your time for money. And time is your biggest currency. People forget that, or they just have never learned that. But your time is way more valuable than any currency. So make sure you're creating something that can help you raise the income and save you time. Creating semi-passive income streams means your skills will continue to pay you outside of the studio. And dancers have something incredibly valuable. We have discipline, we have respect, we have creativity and leadership. We have niche expertise and beautiful storytelling skills. And guess what? Those skills transfer beautifully into business. So maybe you've been away from YouTube for a little while. Maybe life got busy. Maybe you needed some time to focus on your studio, focus on your shows, focus on your family. You are allowed to evolve, and you as an artist are allowed to build wealth. You are allowed to be both a performer and an entrepreneur. We have a lot of thoughts and feelings towards being an artist and feeling bad about being paid for what we do because we love it so much. But it's not our fault that we love what we do so much. It is a blessing that I don't take for granted any day. I'm so lucky and so grateful that I have found what I love, and I've figured out a way to monetize it and to earn a living completely off of dance. I know that is so difficult to do, but it is doable. I have what's called, I read a book and she called it post traumatic broke syndrome. So, for anybody who has been super broke in the past and you just have so much fear around the way you had to live, you don't ever want that to happen again. So, I really strategically built my dance career and my dance life to be able to sustain myself and sustain my family. And I'm here to tell you that you can do the same thing. And I would love nothing more than to help you get on track financially with dance and with the arts. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. I promise I am doing my best to get back to YouTube and to get back to helping people all around the globe. Have an amazing day and see you here on YouTube soon. Bye.